From the moment I became Sultana, I found myself thrust into an endless parade of document signing and ceremonies. For years, I simply signed where I was told to sign, and sat where I was told to sit, blissfully oblivious to what any of it meant. Yet one good thing did come from that ignominious chapter in my life, for it was during an official visit to the Colosseum that I first met Raubahn. The match I had been invited to attend was not at all what I expected. They had pitted the Bull of Alamigo against some dozen or so rival gladiators. Blinkered though I was, I would not stand for so obvious an injustice, and demanded to see a fair fight, one man against another, and my royal wish was duly granted. It was not until later that I learned of the gambling ring which had arranged for Raubahn to die on the sands that day. Regardless of my intervention, I meant that Raubahn had but a single opponent to dispatch, which he duly did, and when he knelt before me to receive the winner's purse, he swore that he would one day offer me his blade in service. Surrounded as I was by liars and manipulators, I confess I dismissed it as a pleasant piece of theater. But as you know, Raubahn is a man of his word. Though it took him another 5 years of fighting on the blood sands, he amassed a fortune so great as to buy not only his freedom, but a seat on the syndicate, and that I had my blade. Are we actually gonna see it? That'd be cool. I love the slow-mo.
Your Grace, you mustn't! The danger is too great! Please, Your Grace, come back! I beg of you!
It seems you're the one who needs looking after, Master Sham. Raubahn!
Your Grace, I have kept the promise made.
So you have, and in turn, so too shall I keep mine.
That was actually super fucking cute. Just ran around and then jumped off the guy.
The 6 most wealthy souls
That was
in
great.
Ulda. And so, as tradition dictates, Raubahn Aldin, you have earned yourself a seat on the Syndicate. May your new station garner you still greater glories.
I am honored, Your Grace, and vow to serve with every fiber of my being from this day till my last. Long live the Sultana, and long live Ulda!
That was super cute, though. Words cannot well express what that man means to me. There are others who care deeply for my well-being, of course. Papa Sean's love for me is as that of a grandsire to his grandchild. But upon matters of governance, I cannot turn to bodyguards and maidservants for counsel. Raubahn, with the authority of his syndicate position, was the first sword I could wield. His was the only edge which could cut the strings that bound me. For we must make haste. My absence will not go unnoticed by the Sultan Swan for long, and there are other places I would visit. To the Azenith Ossuary. Wait, is this the last quest in patch 4.1? I don't know. I'll check. It feels like we're about to start 4.2
Fine
here.
spot to contemplate the heavens.
Aye.
The meeting is over. The envoys have chosen to instate a government model on Ishgard's House of Commons, a ruling body of representatives elected by the people.
Aye. Good. Good.
It is a fair decision, and one which signals the end of my part in all this. But I would gaze upon Girabania's stars one last time before I leave.
I guess we'll just leave him there. It is a moment fittingly private, I would say. Okay, the British government. And not just the British government. A republic, a people's republic, with elected officials by the people. That's what the U.S. is as well. The United States is the same thing. It's going to have problems, and down the road they're probably going to have corrupt officials, but starting out, the initial officials will at least be awesome, usually.
Your Grace, there was no word.
You really thought she was us, dude? Sorry, the weight of the footsteps
Raubahn
should have been a
Aldin,
clue.
You are hereby dismissed as General of the Immortal Flames and relieved of your seat on the Syndicate.
Oh, she's dismissed. Oh, damn. Ah. She's checkmating his ass.
But, Your Grace...
Raubahn, I am no longer a child. Stay here in your homeland. Work with your brethren. Rebuild Alamigo.
You desire to stand alone. I understand, but remember what happened.
Yeah. She has the right mind of it, I think, in this situation, though. Because he's not going back because it's actually what he wants to do. He feels obligated to. Like, he made an oath, he made a promise, and he's standing by it, and he's also worried for her. But he wants to stay in Alamigo. That's where his heart is.
I remember full well the consequences of my naivety, and thus did I consult at length with a most trusted advisor ere I embarked upon this course.
A most trusted advisor? And what of me? Am I no longer deserving of your confidence?
What trust can there be between us when you withhold the truth from me? Did you think me oblivious to the anguish in your eyes when you spoke of returning to Uldar? For years and years, we have trusted one another. Yet now you refuse to confess your heart's desire?
I swore an oath to you that day on the sands. I pledged my sword.
And it has served me well. But in Pippin you have forged a new sword, as sharp and deadly as the blade you bequeathed him. I will show you a Sultana who can wield every weapon at her disposal, including Lolorito and his monetarist cronies. So follow your heart, please. You are home. You are free.
Nanamo.
smile for me, Raubahn. I would have this parting be a joyous one.
Thank you, Your Grace. It has been an honor to serve you and Oda.
Tomorrow you will serve Alamigo and fight for the good of all Eorzea. Am I understood?
Yes, Your Grace.
I love the writing. I do. Yeah.
Thanks for shielding us from Lakshmi, you two. If you hadn't been there, the rest of us would be worshipping her by now.
Correct. You owe me a lot.
You're kind to include me, Lise, but we both know who did most of the work. I could scarce keep track of the battle, let alone land a telling blow.
Yep, that was my job. Yeah.
No shame in admitting it. The Warrior of Light has put far better men than me in the shade.
'Tis true, but credit to you. You actually are up. You're up there in the echelon with them. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Did I mention that I encountered the Sultana in the palace? It would seem Her Grace has come to Girabania to oversee the final stages of her relocation project.
I may or may not
She
have
was in
passed
search
her.
of General Aldin, and I directed her to the rooftop garden. I do hope he was still there.
Ah.
Are you in the habit of gossiping about the affairs of royalty, Master Leveilleur?
Certainly not, Your Grace. I was merely informing my companions.
Be at ease, Alphino. 'Twas only a jest.
She's one of the few Lalafels I could take seriously. Her and
But I
Pippin,
must
pretty
yield
much.
the floor to Raubahn. He has an important announcement to make.
As of yesternight, I have been relieved of my post in the Immortal Flames and the Syndicate both.
Wait, what is this? Wait, hold on.
I shall be assuming my father's duties. And
Oh.
may I say that Tizona has never felt heavier upon my back.
Okay, so it just hit me. So that means the people who joined the Immortal Flames, how pissed was the fan base when this decision was made? Because I think a good chunk of people who joined the Immortal Flames Grand Company joined because they thought Raubahn was the most badass or like the coolest or what have you. I wonder how they felt about this particular situation. It's like, oh great, we went from having Raubahn, the big, burly, badass leader, even one-armed, still big, burly, badass, to now Pippin. Don't get me wrong, Pippin's badass, Pippin is cool, but it's just just the striking visual is just, fuck. Mildly, it'll depend on the data centers. Okay. It would have been funny to me if there was a bit of a backlash about it. It's like, what? Oh god. How you liking patch story so far? A lot. It's really, really good. The post core expansion patches seem to have like the most. Maybe it's because they have to have a more concise story each patch, but I've just noticed that like with the Dragonsong War and with this, there's a lot of quality to the post core expansion patches. There's a lot of TLC and love put into the story and the patches.
Twould seem I am in need of employment. Mayhap one of my old acquaintances can introduce me to a mercenary company or some such.
You may be getting on in years, Father, but you'd struggle to find a band of sellswords who wouldn't snap your hand off. Your remaining hand.
Bad timing.
Yes, the bull of Alamigo need not be put out to pasture just yet.
Your Grace has developed a wicked edge to her humor, and you, Pippin, would do well not to laugh when the future may hold the same for you.
So, does this mean you're staying?
Aye. That seems to be the way of it. I would be glad to aid you in rebuilding our nation, if you'll have me.
I wonder if we'll ever get like a prosthetic arm for him.
He says, "Welcome home, Raubahn."
Glad to have you back, lad.
Well, that was unexpected. Though you seem distinctly unsurprised. Either you are more astute than I give you credit for, or I'm losing my touch.
Could be both.
In any event, one thing is certain. Alamigo will rejoice at the homecoming of her dearest son.
True that. Yeah. And like I said earlier, if there's one person that could take up that throne as king and nobody would have a problem with it, is Raubahn. Just saying. But at the very least, put him on that council, man. Remember to leave a like and subscribe.